Anywho, talking about updates and the future of Kick, Eddie put out a post.
Yuppy, congrats on your average viewers going up in the last 10 minutes. Woohoo! Yeehaw! Yes!
Thank you. Thank you, Patrick. Thank you, Patrick. Okay, so we have a post here made by Eddie, right? Made by Eddie, one of the co-founders of the platform. He posted this 21 hours ago and kind of under the radar. And there's a lot of data, there's a lot of information in here that we're going to go through. We're going to break that down right now. Okay, we're going to break it down. Love from India. Yo, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Okay. Kick V2 launching next week. Is that true? I'm going to tell you right now, 90% chance that's false. I do not believe that. Do not believe any rumors about Kick V2. Okay? Do not believe any rumors about Kick V2. Do not. So I'm going to say, is that true? I'm going to say with very high confidence, no, that is false. Okay? I'm going to say with pretty darn high confidence. Here's the thing. If they were to release Kick V2, okay? Manga, don't spam. If they were to release Kick V2, why don't you think that they would like try to hype it up? Shouldn't they still hype it up? Right? Shouldn't they hype it up some rather than just not hype up anything and just all of a sudden release it? Nah. We are still in beta. It says it on the page. Kick is going to be in beta for a couple of years. Even when V2 comes out, it doesn't matter. Kick will be in beta for a very, very, very long time. Okay? Beta's basically an alibi, which makes sense. I mean, there's honestly, there's nothing, really bad on Kick staying in the beta thing. It's an alibi, right? So for that, it's an excuse, which whatever. I mean, everybody does it. It's the same reason why games stay in early access forever before they release. It's the same thing. It's just an alibi, right? I don't believe it's a full release. They're just launching a new front end. It's not supposed to be front end. From my understanding, from over a year ago, it is essentially, a complete rewrite of the entire platform, right? They're rewriting the entire platform from the ground up, right? From the ground up, complete rewrite from scratch. That includes back end, front end, everything. From my understanding, anyways, which is huge, right? Which is crazy. Okay. The Pike tweet, nah. That's the source for Kick V2. Don't believe that's okay. Don't believe some of that stuff. All right. Don't. They're speaking gibberish. Okay. I'm gonna have to ask. I might be understanding, what does V2 mean exactly? So Kick V2 is supposed to be from the ground up. Okay, from the ground up. From the ground up. Just completely from the ground up. So, a complete recode. It's supposed to include API, which will allow you to do some, better things here, right? So, API, which will allow third-party integrations, that kind of stuff. That kind of stuff. 2.5K viewers. Yeah, I don't care. Some basement dweller. So they use base Kick similar to other platforms to build viewership and stall while their development worked on the actual site. Well, so here's the thing. So they built off of Kick right now is actually built off of another website. Originally, Kick was a stock trading website, right? For stocks. Then they changed it to the idea of a tabletop gambling website, and then they changed it to what we have now. Right. But it's built off a baseline of a stock gambling website that already existed. In fact, there's still some code left hidden in there from that old website. But then they decided, well, hey, we can't manage this, right? We cannot manage this. So Kick V2 is going to be a complete rework, which is going to add and change a whole bunch of different features. So yeah, from what I heard, I keep hearing is they will never be out of beta due to them not owning certain things. What those things are, I have no idea. Really? Yeah, I haven't heard that one before. That's new to me because them not owning certain things. Um, yeah, because it not enabled certain things. Interesting. Interesting. Fascinating. Um, I'm more on the game dev side than web dev, but releasing a beta doesn't protect you from copyright. The idea of a beta is that you're regularly tweaking and testing something. Well, Kick's last technical update was um February 29th, 2024. So February 29th. However, that update included mostly a few tiny UI changes, as well as removing likes from clips. But before that, the last actual update to Kick, like with features and stuff, was December 11th, 2023. Right, December 11th was the last like actual update to the platform. Yeah, right. I assume the reason why people's pay has changed because Kick's code has one viewer equal 2.5, so the pay cut in half is probably because of that. I don't know. I don't know. Yo, Martin, thank you for the follow. Unlimited, thank you for the follow as well. I appreciate it. Thank you. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for the follows. Appreciate it. Okay, so anyways, the whole point of this was I wanted to talk about Eddie's post here. Again, Eddie is a co-founder of Kick.com, and he's got a lot of information here and a lot of stuff to talk about regarding the platform. Okay, he's got a lot of stuff to talk about regarding the platform. Okay. And there is, we're going to go through and read this and we're going to break it down. Now, somebody's already broken this down. I didn't really read a lot of their stuff, but again, just make your own opinion about stuff is what I'll say. Make your own opinion. Don't believe what everybody else says because sometimes they don't even have anything to do with the platform, and then here they are giving opinions, bro. You just like, anyways. So here we go. How changes features and make platform testing something? Cedric, I'm not sure what that means. Do we know when and if they will rework? Will everyone have to rework themselves up to verified and such? No. When V2 comes out and they like redo the platform essentially, nah, they don't have to they don't have to reapply for that stuff, right? They have to reapply for that stuff. Okay, here we go. I did the math for you. What math? So Eddie puts out a blog post here every now and then, and he talks about some of the futures of Kick here. He says, some may have wondered if Kick's rapid growth could continue as we matured, and even if we were just a temporary fad like other platforms that have come and gone in the past. Well, looking at first quarter live streaming numbers issued earlier this month, I think it's pretty clear that Kick's growth continues at a rapid rate with new streamers, functions, and updates all coming online. Functions and updates, not sure what he's meaning here exactly, but if he's talking about the platform, there's technically been not very much in the past month. We've had the beta testing of live streaming directly from the Kick app. That's about it, right? It's about it, but yeah, it's about it from that, but not really a whole lot's going on there. Okay, let's see. Kick is here to stay, and we're on a mission to unleash the potential of our creators in the live streaming space. For too long, creators calls for change have gone unanswered. Platforms have long ignored the fact that content creators themselves are the lifeblood of the industry and must be supported to deliver the content their global fans want to see. When Kick first launched, it was our intention to change this space for the better, putting content creators, particularly small and medium-sized streamers, at the center of our offering. I mean, okay. I'm delighted with our progress to date and the feedback we have received, and am so excited for everything still to come. Here are some of my key takeaways from the Q1 2024 data, as well as some further thoughts on Kick's direction of travel. Now, what he's referencing here is this post right here from Livestream charts, where most watched small streaming platforms, Kick is number one. Kick is still considered a small live streaming platform, and it is considered essentially number one among the small live streaming platform, with 408.5 million hours watched from January to March, being the leader of it. Okay, so that's what he's referencing there. Here are some of my key takeaways from the Q1 2024 data, which is that data I just gave you. Okay, in Q1 2024, January through March, total hours watched of Kick content surpassed 400 million hours. Okay, now keep in mind, this does include viewbot hours, and so it includes that stuff. So just keep that in mind. All right. It is Kick data getting all platforms. I'm not sure what that means. I'm not sure what that means exactly. Didn't Eddie say stats are irrelevant? I don't know. March alone saw a record 146.1 million total hours of viewed content, an incredible milestone. All right. In February, we made our first foray into competitive esports, broadcasting the PGL CS2 Copenhagen Major live on Kick. This is just the first of many such ventures. This was actually good, though. Kick being able to live stream the PGL CS2 Copenhagen Major for Counter-Strike, that was big, right? That was big. So that's really cool. Okay, so that is nice. Compared with Q4 of 2023, our quarterly watch time increased by almost a third. No doubt due to new talented streamers joining the platform, as well as prevailing market conditions. Which, by prevailing market conditions, basically is referencing a lot of stuff that Twitch has been doing, right? A lot of stuff that Twitch has been doing has been kind of, really messing things up, right? So yeah, and been bringing some people more to Kick, right? Kick subscriptions paid out over 30 million to creators in Q1 alone. This number would be higher if Kick figured out how to get PayPal back, as well as, integrate PayPal, try to get Cash App, try to get these different methods for people to sub to the streamer. This number would be more than 30 million, right? It'd be way more than 30 million. Kick had PayPal for 3 days, and we saw a massive. Kick had PayPal for 3 days, and Kick saw a massive increase in subs. The amount of gifted subs and individual subs, dude, it skyrocketed, right? Skyrocketed. But then they had to remove it. There was some issue with it. It just gone. Okay, 3 days they had PayPal. All right, 3 days. Okay, crazy. All right. Anyways, the Kick Creator Incentive Program has been paying out over 1.5 million a month and continues growing rapidly as more people come aboard. 1.5 million a month. Now, from the stuff I know, because some of the stuff I know about, look at somebody like Lucci. Lucci is one of the largest people in the program who has posted their statistics, right? And Lucci was $8,000, okay? $8,000 in 1 month. And he's a creator that averages 2,000 viewers, right? And streams for like 5 hours every day, essentially, or Monday through Friday or whatever, okay? $8,000. There's not that many creators that are his size, okay? Even if there's like 100, okay? Even if there's 100, okay, creators of his size, that's 800,000. But there's a lot less. So somebody is doing really good for that to equal 1.5 mil in a month, unless there's some big streamer that is technically part of the KCIP that we don't actually know about. That's a lot. Is it possible? Maybe, but ooh, that is that is a lot of money. I don't think that is KCIP alone, unless there is a massive creator in the program that we don't know about, really. Citrus said he got paid $650 an hour from KCIP. Listen, anybody from Aiden Ross's group, I don't trust a word they say. Okay, they lie about a bunch of stuff. Could that be true? Yes, it could be true, but I do not count those guys as a reliable source. I mean, we know their community, we know what they do, which is fine, which is fine. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of false information that they talk about very frequently. So I take what they say with a grain of salt, right? They want that. They want those Dexerto posts. Kick streamer Citrus states they make $650 an hour from KCIP, right? Like they want those headlines because it's publicity for them, even if it's not true. So again, I take those things with a major grain of salt because at the end of the day, we don't know. It could be true. Could be 100% true. We don't know. We have to go based off credibility. Okay. So we'll see. They need to remove folks from that program who got it and went ghost and are now using it to get contracts with companies and get paid to post them on their X in return. They make more money off of Kick by just having their check mark. I mean, let's be honest. If any company, I mean, Turkish streamers are huge in here, by the way. I know Turkish streamers have been like growing quite a bit, but some of them are on like regular contracts, not in KCIP from my understanding, but maybe I could be wrong. Maybe they are in KCIP. At the end of the day, we have no idea who's in KCIP. We don't know who is partner level. Don't know, right? Don't know. But if any company's partnering with somebody that's, you know, saying that they're a partner on Kick because they're in the KCIP, but they don't actually stream or benefit or use it, then maybe. Like maybe, I don't know. What's your favorite instrument? Mayonnaise. All these huge creators cause all the problems. Well, let's continue. Stop. This alert is too long. Kick leading the charge of alternative streaming platforms. It is no secret that we still have some way to go to overtake the largest streaming platforms out there. But we are miles ahead of other competitors in the space in terms of hours of content watched. Yes, they are technically, analytically miles ahead of other competitors in terms of hours watched. In terms of software, right? In terms of software development, Kick is, I wouldn't say miles behind, but they're definitely pretty behind compared to these other competitors, right? Definitely pretty behind. Okay. Combined with our game-changing features, including our creator incentive program, our unique offering to content creators continues to turbocharge our growth, which, yes, some people might be enticed by the creator incentive program and some people grind for it. That's true, right? That's true. That does definitely benefit Kick because people are grinding for the program, right? However, the statistics that they're grinding for isn't fully accurate. Anyways, as our incredible journey continues, the support of our amazing community continues to be felt at all levels. We share fans' excitement about Kick's journey and continue working hard to evolve our product offering. Here are some key updates that fans should be on the lookout for in the near future. Again, no date. Fully revamped web front end for the most optimal desktop viewing experience. Fully revamped web front end. If they just update the front end and they don't redo the back end, we're gonna have some problems. Okay, we're gonna have some major problems. All right, I'm assuming this is actually just complete like major revamp of front and back end, which is like front end is what you see, back end is like stat tracking and all that other stuff behind the scenes that you don't see. Okay. Fully revamped iOS and Android applications for optimal mobile viewing experience. Okay. TV app, yes. Real-time Vods. That'd be cool. And yes, console support will be coming at a later date. Let's keep cooking. Yeah, I don't know who the heck said that Kick V2 next week. I, it's like I don't know where the heck they're pulling that out of their rear end because my goodness. Eddie said on his stream that front end would be first and back end would be coming later. You're what? Front end first, then back end? I mean, what could possibly change on the front end, right? What are they going to do on the front end? Because if they add any features on the front end, okay, if they add any features on the front end of the platform, that means that that is back end work. And if that they don't have an updated back end to support the stuff on the front, the back end is the core, right? The back end's the core and the front end's the shell, right? There's already a lot in the back end that isn't being used. There's a lot in the back end that's not optimized. The back end is it got a lot of issues, right? It has a lot of issues, which is another reason why they wanted to do V2 in the first place, right? That is a reason why V2 was even being created in the first place, because you can update the front end as much as you want, but if you don't have a back end that can keep up with the front end, then I mean, you're kind of going back in time here, right? Like that doesn't make much sense. That's weird. That's very weird. If that actually does turn out to be true, I would be baffled because chances are a lot of that front end stuff has to be placeholder stuff and not actual implemented, right? Also, by the way, creator dashboard check. We haven't refreshed in like 30 minutes. Creator dashboard check. 44.49 average viewers. Let's see. Ready? 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 137.9 average viewers. I I mean from the 5 minute view bot, yeah. Matter of 30 minutes. And then of course the view bot I got hit with 137.9 average viewers. That goes to tell you, but I think that's because of the view bots as well. Yeah. Yes. However, if it was an average, it would not go up that much. That is a lot. For 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes maximum of 2,000 view bots out of 156 hours live streamed in the past 30 days, that is impossible to go up that high. Even with 2,000 average viewers for 5 or 10 minutes, it's impossible to go up that high. To jump, you're telling me, because I jumped almost 100 average viewers in the matter of 30 minutes. It's impossible. So that's why their math is extremely scuffed for this. Because all I would have to do is hit this and then apply. I think if you count only this stream hour, not a month, maybe it would make sense. I have no clue. No, because before I even started the stream, I was averaging 40. Like my average here was 40 something. If I wasn't live, then this would tell me like zero average viewers, right? If this is stream by stream basis. I have no clue. I don't know how they're calculating this, but whatever method that they're using is not accurate and it is insanely scuffed. Anyways, we're going to keep an eye on that though. We're going to keep an eye. Remember, we checked that 1018. We checked that. Okay. Let me break this down here, then I'll catch up with chat again. So my key takeaway from this here is a few different things. So he mentions some upcoming changes here, okay? Fully revamped web front end for the most optimal desktop viewing experience. Not sure what that means exactly. Not sure how the front end can really surpass the back end unless it's basically a reskin of the website. Maybe there's no new features in the front end. It's just a reskin. They mess with the UI. Maybe that's what they mean by revamped front end, but like how much is it really going to change? I have a feeling you're not going to see very many differences. You maybe see some boxes that rather than having sharp edges, square edges, it'll have rounded edges. There's a chance we might see that. I'm not sure. Okay, I'm not sure. Okay. Fully revamped iOS and Android applications. That would be nice. We do know that iOS and Android is being developed to have in-app live streaming, right? So that way there you can live stream directly from the Kick app straight to Kick. We do know that is in the works. I beta tested it. I believe next week, I think I might be able to beta test again, maybe, to see, but don't know. But I do know the iOS and Android apps. Before I never had a problem with it, but once I started to use like simple features of like switching between streams, going to Vods, going to clips, the app completely started breaking. Like, I mean, I couldn't even watch streams sometimes. It broke so bad. Crazy. TV app would be cool. But TV app for what? We're talking Roku, we talking Apple TV, what are we talking about here? Chromecast, what are we talking about? Real-time VODs, that would be a nice feature though. Real-time VODs would be cool. Would be neat. That way there you don't have to end your stream to go back in your VOD, right? So that's cool. So yeah, what up, Golden? So ultimately, there are no dates here. There are no dates. There's a lot of statistics that again take it with a grain of salt because of botting and stuff like that. New features coming to the platform is kind of features that we really, I mean, we kind of knew about. The only one that I technically didn't know about was real-time VODs. But again, all he says is look out in the near future. Near future literally could mean 3-4 months. Okay, 3-4 months. If you were running Kick starting today, what 3 things would you focus on changing immediately? And I'll answer that after. Is the Kick app you've been testing any different to the current app, or is it the same exact app with a live stream feature? Same app with a live stream feature. 8 months dev time for a reskin is a joke. I think I already read that. Do you think Kick isn't too strict on botting since it helps their stats? Just curious. You know, although I would like to say against it, there's a lot of weird things going on with Kick in terms of botting measures, because I mean, Kick has argued, like, they've been very against the idea of adding a viewer list to the platform, even though it's been one of the most highly requested things from the community. They don't want to add a viewer list to the platform, it seems like, right? Okay, just making sure my light wasn't on my headset. So it really, I don't know, it's really weird, right? Why can't they figure out some method to deal with the view botting, right? I mean, I know that there's a couple different things that there are a few small updates that they never post that affects view bots, but ultimately I don't know. There's definitely a method out there that they have to figure out with how to at least, yes, they might happen, but don't visually show it, right? Like, don't make the viewer count go up to 2K if we know that that's a view bot, right? It's impossible. I don't know. Alpine, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Thank you. Wasa, thank you for the follow as well. I appreciate it. Thank you. Welcome to the stream. Thank you. Thank you. So no mention of API. Yeah, so this is another interesting thing. This post has not a single mention of API. API is not anywheres to be found on this at all. No API mentioned here at all either. Now, API was originally supposed to be coming with Kick 2.0, but API would be back end, not front end. So the fact that he states that they're going to do front, again, take all this stuff with a grain of salt, of course, right? Because there's a chance this might not be true, right? There's a chance this might not be true. But fully revamped web front end, that doesn't mean there's API, right? There's no, that it's not API. Backend is API, right? From my understanding, revamped web front end is pretty much reskin. I mean, what up, Martin? Morning, found you on the homepage. This is a news/info channel for creators. Every morning, I stream Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. EST to 5 p.m. EST. Every single morning I start my stream, I do news. I do news about Kick. I do news about gaming. I do news about a variety of different things. But we always, if there's any Kick news, I start off with it in the morning, as well as any other topics that you guys bring up in chat. So technically, yes, do news about politics? No, I do not do political news. I do not do that stuff. I do every news besides political stuff. But yeah, I do cover the news, especially heavy Kick news. So if you got questions about anything, again, feel free to let me know. Again, Monday through Friday. Okay. What days are you doing ASMR streams? Tomorrow. No. So yeah, anyways, I thought I would throw this out here. No mention of API. There's a lot of information here that's very up in the air. To look out for in the near future. Again, this near future for Kick does not mean next week, does not mean 2 weeks. It means 3+ weeks, probably. I mean, it means maybe a couple months, usually is what happens with Kick. Usually a couple months, you know. So just take these things with a grain of salt. Although we do know that there are some Kick stuff kind of going on here and there, but you know. It's odd to create a new front end for an old back end. Will they go back and update the front end to be compatible with the new back end when it comes out? Yeah, see, that's what I don't understand either. From my understanding, when I talked about version 2.0 with the developers a long time ago, many months ago, when they first started developing 2.0, I mean, we're talking almost a year ago when they started 2.0, version 2, Kick version 2. The idea was this: the back end of Kick wasn't built in a way that adding more features was feasible. So they wanted to redo the entire website. That way, when they want to add a new feature, it'll be a lot easier to do. Which, adding a new feature, having issues with it, not that easy. That has to deal a lot with back end, right? Not front end. That has to deal a lot with back end. Some front end, but a lot of back end stuff. So my question is, if that's the case, then why would we get a major front end rework when the back end is still the same issue? I don't know. And then update the back end and connect it to the new front end. I don't know. It's really weird, right? It's crazy that there's only one payment method for subbing, and it's not even possible to sub on phone app. Technically it is possible to sub on the phone app, but my sub button on iPhone, I don't know about Android, does not show. I have to contact Kick support. I just haven't done it yet. I don't know why my sub button isn't there. I have no clue why it's not there on mobile. No idea. So yeah. But it is recommended to sub 2 channels through your web browser on mobile to save you money, and it saves you money. That's what it's recommended. But yeah, only one payment method. Yeah, sub button on iPhone is only for big streamers like 4 to 5K. Yeah, I have no idea. I know I mentioned it before. Apparently, I got to email Kick and talk to them, and I don't know what I got to do to get the sub button on mobile. You can gift subs, you just can't individually sub. I have no idea. It's so weird. I have no clue. It's been like that forever. Yo, Big Money, TTV, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it, dude. Thank you for the follow. Thank you. Welcome to the stream. Thank you. Barack, welcome back as well. So the API main benefits would be integration with Streamlabs. So API benefits includes integration with Streamlabs, gaming, third-party tools, KickTools.app, websites like that make tools for Kick. That stuff would all be better and easier to create, and you could do a lot more cool stuff with it with API. Now, API I don't think is going to be like a giant change to the platform in terms of like bringing a ton of viewers here, but it will make the streaming and user experience way better. For example, what was your CCV before going live today? When I checked my CCV on this website or on the achievements page before I started my stream today, well, I mean, technically I was in the middle of the stream. It was like 41.75 or something like that was the CCV on the achievements page. Maybe 20, 30 minutes into the stream today. Okay. So I don't think API is going to bring a lot of people into the platform, but API is going to make it so that way people can do some pretty cool stuff with it, right? It'll make the experience easier, more smoother, as well as allowing those third-party integrations, right? Streamlabs, Stream Elements, video games can integrate, right? Marbles on Stream and stuff, they can integrate. All that stuff can integrate easily, right? I heard sub button on mobile needs to be approved directly from Apple corporate for iOS. Yeah, I know. Apparently they have to like accept or like be approved for it or something through Apple. It's dude. But that doesn't make it literally makes no sense, right? It makes no sense because on Twitch, the moment you become an affiliate on Twitch, you get the sub button on the Twitch app. How does Twitch have that but Kick doesn't? That doesn't make sense. Right? That doesn't make sense. Unless Kick is flagged as something by Apple and Google. Right? So it's really weird. But anyways, that's that right there. Okay.